Hello friends, welcome to this video. Everyone is chasing the next best investment, the newest stock in the market, the best mutual fund, or the next best strategy for your SIP. But let me ask you something. If all this chasing had worked, wouldn't you think many people by now would be rich, successful, and happy? Real wealth doesn't start with your salary slip. It starts with your state of mind. Today, let's talk about attitude towards money and how the right mindset can help you grow wealth without losing your calm. Have you ever noticed how two people earning the same salary live totally different lives? One sleeps peacefully through the night and the other keeps checking the investment application every night. Same income, same city, but completely different money experience. Why does this happen? Let's decode this by understanding the mindset that takes us through this journey, either with peace or make it into pieces with a lot of stress. Beginning with the first point, money doesn't grow by saving harder, it grows by thinking better. We have grown hearing save money, spend less, and stuff like that. Good advice, but not really complete. Some people become so obsessed with saving that they stop living. They cut every expense, fear every rupee leaving their account, and then wonder why they still feel insecure. Think of it like this: a seed locked in a box will never become a tree. Money works in the same manner. It needs time, patience, decision making, and courage to grow. Keeping 10 lakh untouched for 15 years might feel safe, but quietly inflation eats it up without your knowledge. Meanwhile, someone who invested the same amount but with discipline, 10,000 rupees per month in a balanced fund or a portfolio, would let compounding do the magic silently. And 15 years later, it would have been a huge amount with peace and prosperity. Let's check. Are you saving to feel safe or investing to feel free? Write down your thoughts and share it in the comment. Moving on to the second point, being stingy isn't being smart, it's being scared. Let's be honest, we have all met at least one person who takes shortcuts to save a 50 rupee on fuel but loses a 50,000 rupee in panic or unplanned investments next month. When we don't include our thoughts before actions, everything looks like next best thing and the fear of missing out sets in. Have you seen someone who won't spend 2000 rupees on learning about finances but will happily follow random stock tips from a random group? That's not frugality, that's fear wearing a smart mask. Real intelligence with money means spending where it multiplies your peace and potential. Invest in your health, invest in your learning, invest in a system that can be built with discipline so that you can follow your own rules. Because money should flow like blood in your body. If you block it everywhere very often, the system collapses. Let's check. Are your financial habits driven by wisdom or is it driven by worry? The third point I would like to make is clarity creates confidence, confusion creates chaos. Most people don't have a money problem. They have problem with clarity. They invest because someone said this fund is performing well. But performing for what? No one knows. Peaceful investing begins with purpose. Let's define a purpose like I want to retire peacefully by 55. I want 5 crore before retirement. I want to fund my child's higher education without any debt. Once you define your purpose and your reasoning, you stop running after fear of missing out, and clarity is your inner compass. Without it, even the best portfolio feels shaky. Let's check. Do you know your exact investment purpose, or are you just collecting products because it looked interesting when you saw the ad? Think about it. Moving on to the fourth point, fear and greed are the most expensive fund managers. Yeah, let's call them fund managers for time being. Every market correction teaches this same thing. When fear dominates, people sell everything. When greed peaks, they buy anything. Remember the year 2020. When the markets fell, some people panicked and exited all their investments mindlessly. Some stayed invested and trusted the process and gave it time. And who do you think slept better? The one who didn't let emotions manage their money. Peaceful investors don't avoid emotions, they observe them and then act logically. Markets will always keep moving, and there is going to be movements up or down. Your peace shouldn't move up and down based on those tickers. If you have a right plan and strategy, you will exactly know what to do and when to do, and even if you go wrong, you wouldn't panic. Let's check. Are your money moves emotional reactions or are they informed responses? The fifth point here is money is not to be worshipped or feared, it is to be respected. We have grown up hearing things like money is the root cause of all evils or money doesn't grow on trees. How many such things have you heard? Tell me in the comment. Such lines create guilt around wanting to create wealth. But here is the truth, money is a neutral energy. You decide whether it becomes greed or growth. When you earn with integrity, invest with awareness, and spend with a purpose, money becomes your ally and not your enemy. A quick check here. Are you allowing old money beliefs to guide you? Or do you have your own present reality check? If you're finding this helpful so far, hit that like button and subscribe to Peaceful Investors. It encourages us to keep creating simple, meaningful, and mindful financial videos to help you grow. Let me know what other topics would you like videos on. Moving on to our sixth point, stop being busy with money. Start being aware with it. Checking your portfolio 10 times a day doesn't make it any smarter. It makes you anxious. Awareness means understanding your flow, not obsessing over your balances. Once a month, sit quietly for 15 minutes, review your cash flows, the inflow and the outflow, and ask, did this money serve my goals or my impulses? That's where transformation begins, not in the charts, but in your choices. When you understand your actions, it becomes easier when you hit the confusion next time. Let's check. Are you controlling your money or is your money controlling your mood? Moving on to point number 7, cheap decisions are often the costliest. You can buy the cheapest health insurance today and regret it during a crisis. You can choose a zero fee financial product and lose returns quietly to hidden cost or poor guidance. Low cost doesn't always mean right cost. It's okay to pay for quality advice or to choose plans that truly align with your goals and value system. Because the cheapest option today can become the most expensive regret tomorrow. Let's check. Are you chasing low cost or high quality? Are you making decisions with clarity or jumping on to the next big thing? Let's see what's the eighth point. Patience is the hidden compounder. Money, like plants, doesn't grow when you keep digging it to check the roots. Jumping from one fund to another every now and then is like resetting your progress every time. Investing peacefully is understanding that returns come not just from market but from your behavior. Let time do its quiet work. Review occasionally but not constantly. With awareness and knowledge, you will know when to exit an investment or when to move on to the better investment. When you invest with purpose and have a system around your actions, the anxiety comes down. The behavior and habits also form based on your environment. If you lack clarity, seek help and work on it sooner. Let's check. Do you trust time or only trends? Do you trust your knowledge or you jump onto your decisions on a random tip? The next point is gratitude multiplies what calculation cannot. It might sound philosophical, but it's deeply financial. When you operate from gratitude, you make decisions from sufficiency and not scarcity. You stop comparing and start creating. Even research in behavioral finance shows grateful investors take fewer impulsive decisions. So, every month, note down one financial blessing, like being debt free, having steady income, or having learned something new about managing money. You will notice your peace compounds faster than your profits. Maintain a gratitude journal to put this into practice. It will also help you upgrade your earnings with a positive mindset. Let's check. When was the last time you felt genuinely grateful for what you already have? Finally, the last point is true wealth is when money supports life and not controls it. The goal isn't just retire rich, it's to retire with health, wealth, and happiness. Being mindful also enhances health. It saves you from all the anxiety related medical bills. A big portfolio means nothing if you are constantly anxious about it. Imagine being anxious throughout life until retirement. Unknowingly, you may inculcate restlessness as your habit or nature and worry about things even when there is no need to worry about anything. Stress has a huge impact not just on you, but it impacts family and people around you. It may also get carried to next generation, giving them wrong signals of how to deal with finances. If you observe, you may have made some of your best decisions when you felt good about yourself or when your mind was in a happy state. Maybe you should pause here and note down some of those memories. Now tell me, don't you think mindset and attitude has a big role to play in decision making? Don't you think it will also help us correct mistakes if we are flexible enough to avoid anxiety and learn to think at peace? So, design your money life around freedom, freedom to spend on what you love, freedom to say no to toxicity, freedom to work because you want to, not because you have to, freedom to pat on your back and appreciate yourself for dealing with problems like a pro. Ultimately, freedom to enjoy the journey towards financial freedom instead of anxiously waiting for the goal to be achieved. That's not just wealth, that's peace, freedom, and a great life well lived. Let's quickly summarize what we have learned so far. Firstly, don't just save, grow consistently. Stinginess kills peace. Clarity beats chaos. Emotions aren't financial advisors. Money is an energy, respect it. Awareness is always greater than obsession. Cheap decisions cost the most. Patience pays silently. Gratitude compounds happiness. True wealth is freedom plus peace plus life well lived. If this shifted your perspective even a little, hit subscribe and share this video with someone who needs a polite nudge on how to think about wealth. At Peaceful Investors, we help you grow wealth not just with returns but with peace of mind. Remember, money is not the goal, it's a tool. It's not about collecting more, it's about living better. When you align your money with your mind, wealth follows naturally, quietly, peacefully, and purposefully. Because at the end of the day, what's the point of wealth if it costs you your peace? Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you spending time and staying till the end. Wishing you a memorable and enjoyable journey towards financial freedom. This is Rashmi signing off.